All right, hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about interview tips and tricks. My name is Shoua and I work for Resources for Independence Central Valley, or RICV for short. My position is a work readiness independent living specialist, or real specialist for short. Here at RICV, we just love acronyms. It makes things so much easier. Okay, so I'm presenting this on behalf of the State Council on Developmental Disabilities, the Sequoia Regional Office. Okay, so let's get started. Let's learn about interview tips and tricks. Let's see here. All right, so 3 easy steps to employment. First, create a great resume. Ask your teachers, parents, or support staff to help. There are so many people around you that have already gone through the process, okay? All you need to do is just ask one of them, They most likely know what they're doing or have already had experience in this area. And if not, go ahead and send it to, if you are a part of an organization like RACV, you can send it to like a work readiness specialist just like myself, and we can help you look through it, give you good feedback, and help you through the process and prepare you for that interview. Okay, make sure to list your hard and soft skills, as well as any volunteer work or certificates. Even if you don't have job experience, you have life experience, okay? I give you a really good example. Let's say I had no experience. When I was younger, I actually worked at my best friend's taco stand, okay? I love tacos, so I worked out, but I was able to work with a diverse population, okay? I was serving people from all different backgrounds from the taco stand. And I also learned money skills, money management, and even food preparation and food safety. So it was a really cool life experience that I can translate over and turn into a job experience if I had nothing else to present to my employers, okay? And the second bullet point here says, get an interview. Apply to as many places as you can online and in person. If in person, make sure to provide a copy of your resume, okay? So it's essential to always have a few resumes on hand so you can just kind of give it out if you forget. So I really love this bullet point because when I was looking for a job, I went on Indeed and I started applying to everything, anything and everything, because I just graduated with my bachelor's and I was telling myself I need to get more career-based experience. And I didn't know what it would lead to, but a few months later, I was contacted by RACV and it just went from there. And I thought that, wow, it's really essential to apply to as many places as you can. In certain cases, maybe apply to jobs that you would prefer to work in. I wanted to work at RACV, so I was very happy and ecstatic that they contacted me back. So it all worked out. All right, the last bullet point here, dress to impress. Put your best foot forward by showing you care about how you look. I can't stress this enough. Hygiene, wrinkle-free clothing, professional attire. This is your first impression to the employer before they can even hear you speak. They can even see your personality. How you dress kind of speaks for you already, okay? So make sure that you dress to impress and put your best look forward. This really shows the employer that you really care about the position that you are applying for. All right, let's go to the next page. Okay, I mentioned hard skills and soft skills earlier, so we're going to talk about the differences between the two. Hard skills is essentially mostly about what you know, okay? And then soft skills are mostly about how you act. It's your personality, okay? Are you organized? Are you responsible? Versus, hard skills. Are you bilingual? Do you have certificates? Do you have a degree? And things like that. Let's talk more about it, okay? All right, next page. Okay, here we have a graph, and there is a circle in the middle that says hard skills, and we have bubbles around the hard skills with an arrow pointing to hard skills. Okay, and let's talk about these bubbles. So the first one says computer skills, like typing emails, creating documents. The second one is phone skills, answering the phone, taking messages. The next one says office equipment, copying, faxing, mailroom. The fourth one, janitorial, like washing windows, mopping, sweeping, taking out the trash, dusting. The fifth one here, retail, like stocking shelves, organizing products, assisting customers in carryouts. And then the last one, like I mentioned earlier, being bilingual, like, speaking 2 languages, even 3 if you're a polyglot, okay? And then physical strength or stamina, mechanical knowledge like cars, machines, or having certificates. What we notice here is that these are things that you know. These are things that you learn as you go, okay? And you become either an expert in it or proficient in it. And it really just shows, your employer what you can do and what you're capable of doing, okay? All right. Now let's talk about soft skills. Again, the graph has a bubble, a circle in the middle that says soft skills, and we have different points pointing to it. So a soft skill is like following directions, being a good listener. You work well with others and you are a team player. You are dependable and you show up on time, also known as being punctual, okay? You don't want to be late for your job. And then be aware, know what is going on around you, and have a positive attitude. You don't want to be, you don't want to have a poor attitude when you go to work, when you go to your interview, okay? You want to give the best impression of yourself because this is the first time that you're meeting your employers. And then lastly, communicate, talk nicely to others, okay? And also, these are things that we can learn as we go, but make an effort to make it a part of your personality, a part of your overall being. I think that employers really like the soft skills just as much as they like the hard skills as well. They're equally as important. And some can even argue that sometimes soft skills are actually more important. But I'll let you decide that for yourself. Okay, so first impressions are important. So imagine you have just completed your resume and submitted an application. And finally, you got an interview. Now what? Don't blow your chance at a good job the second you walk in the door. And how is this? What does that mean? Follow these steps and you will be putting your best foot forward. All right, talk about a few of the steps and now let's expand on it a little bit more. Okay, so types of business attire. There is business casual versus professional, okay? Professional is just above that. Business casual is something that looks nice that you can possibly wear every day to the office, every day as a teacher or someone in the professional realm. Here we have a picture of, different people wearing all types of business attire, from business casual to very professional, like suit and tie, okay? All right, and then let's see here, I can't see. What's too casual? All right, what's too casual? So never appropriate at work. Any clothing that reveals too much cleavage, chest, back, stomach, legs, or even your underwear, okay? You don't want to be showing your underwear. That's not a good thing. and it's not appropriate at work, okay? So make sure you are well aware of these things before you step out of your door and go to your interview, okay? And then any clothing that you might wear to the beach, dance club, rock concert, the gym, sporting events, or yard work. You don't want to wear these things because it's not professional, it's too revealing. And then no clothes with words, terms, or pictures that may be offensive to other employers. The reason we say this is that too many words, too many patterns can be distracting to the eye. If you want the employer to pay attention to you, you have to make sure that your clothing is not too distracting for them. Otherwise, they will be constantly drawn to look at those patterns and those colors. Make sure it's neutral, make sure it's nice and clean and wrinkle-free, and so that they can pay attention to you rather than your shirt or, that tear in your pants. Okay, and then to the right side here, we have a graph. It says it's time to choose sides. It's time to choose sides, okay? And there's a man here, and to the left of the man, it says business casual, and to the right of the man, it says going out of business casual, okay? So business casual, you have a clean, crisp collar. Going out of business casual, you have a limp collar, okay? All right, and then for the shirt, for business casual, you have a crisp shirt in the front. And going out of business casual, you have a sloppy shirt in the front, okay? And then for the business casual, you have pressed shirt cuffs. So your shirt cuff, the one on your wrist, is nice and smooth, nice and clean. And then what you're not supposed to do is have puckered, lumpy shirt cuffs, okay? Make sure everything is nice and smooth. There are wrinkle release sprays. I bought 2 from, I believe, Target for about $10. So they are essentially $5 each. What you do is you kind of just spray it on your material, your shirt, your pants, whatever it is you need to spray. And what you do is you lay it out flat, smooth it out with your hands, flatten it, and then just hang it up to kind of dry, and it kind of smooths it out. And if you're comfortable using an iron, go ahead and use an iron and just kind of flat iron it out. And then you can even put the wrinkle release spray on top of that. So it makes it extra, extra smooth and clean. All right, so let's talk about the pants, okay? So on the left side of his pants, it's a sharp crease, it's nice and clean. And then on the right side, we have it's wrinkled, there's no crease. And when we say crease, we're talking about a nice, neat crease that is supposed to be there on this pants, on these pants. And okay, let's look to the left. Let's talk about the hem, okay? On the left, you see a nice clean hem. Some people go and hem their pants because it doesn't always fit properly, but make sure you get it professionally hemmed, or unless you know someone who can hem it neatly for you. On the right side, we have a dirty stained hem. Okay, you want to make sure that you're neat all throughout and wrinkle free, like I said. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, so make sure your clothes are clean. I can't emphasize this enough. I remember I talked about it a little bit earlier in the slides. Okay, so your interview clothes should be freshly washed. Clothes should be pressed and never wrinkled. Like I said, wrinkle release spray is the way to go. And the third bullet point here is it should fit you well. So if it doesn't fit you well, go and get it hemmed. And it never hurts to, modify your clothes so it can fit you perfectly. And then no funny smells, no tobacco smoke. An easy way to mitigate this or completely eliminate it is just to take a shower, okay? After you take a shower, go ahead and put on some deodorant and make sure you don't put on a very heavy perfume or a very heavy cologne, okay? This can also be distracting. What if your employer has allergies or it's very sensitive to strong smells, okay? You don't want to throw them off. You want them to focus on you and what you have to say about yourself and present about yourself, okay? No stains, discoloration, dirty sleeves, or collar. Like I said, nice and clean. Make sure that everything is, you know, nice and neat, okay? And then the next one here, no clothes that are torn or frayed, okay? We don't want any holes. And then no animal hair. You can prevent this by buying a lint roller from the dollar store, the 99-cent store, okay? The lint roller, or even duct tape if you're in a pinch, okay? Duct tape has worked for me. I don't always have a lint roller, so it works out great. Okay, last one here, remember to check your shoes, okay? Heels and toes. So sometimes you may step in some mud and it might dry up and crust on your shoes. Make sure that you kind of wash and clean that. There are shoe cleaners out there, or a simple spray bottle with water and like vinegar and an old toothbrush, and you can scrub that out and wipe it clean, okay? All right, and then you need to buy a new outfit or suit. Here we're talking about interview outfits, okay? So you need to buy a new one, and what if you don't have an interview outfit? There are community closets or donated interview attire, okay? The Sequoia Regional Office has a closet, so go ahead and visit that if you're concerned about not having the proper outfits. There are plenty of programs out there, and even, you can visit your local thrift store. I absolutely love Plato's Closet here in Fresno. Plato Closet has all sorts of high-end attire for a fraction of the cost. When I was a student at my local university, they also had a clothing closet, and you can get a certain amount of pieces per semester completely for free. It's a part of your, tuition and university fees. Go on in, show them your ID, and just shop in the closet, and you can come out with very nice attires. I got this very nice bottom skirt that has a really good high quality material that I knew was very expensive, but I got it completely for free, so I really appreciate that. So if you have concerns about your outfit, go ahead and visit a community closet or your local thrift store. The next bullet point here, I've already talked about it. Try thrift stores or consignment stores, okay? Ask a friend or family member to borrow an outfit. When I was minoring in the Hmong language, my professor said that she used to help give out her old professional attires to students who needed it. They didn't have or couldn't afford their clothing, their professional clothing outfit, and she outgrew them. So she said, hey, I got a few pairs. Did you want to try them out? Did you want to take them? And yeah, I think that it's a really good idea to ask friends and family members to borrow an outfit, or if there are any clothing that they outgrew. Okay, and then check local resources, community action groups, workforce development, churches, Catholic charities. Most of the time, there are plenty of resources out there. You just have to go and search for it. Keep your eyes out. And also, if you know of any resources, share it with a friend. They may need to hear this. They may need that resource, okay? All right. Let's talk about when you go in person for the interview, okay? Always present the best you, okay? I'd say, most of the time I tell my consumers, just be yourself, okay? Be professional, but be yourself. And most of the time that outshines everything else that you try to be, okay? If you try to be someone else, you're not gonna feel comfortable you're not going to feel like you did well. Okay, clean clothes, interview outfit, we kind of talked about that already. Clean hands and nails, clean mouth and breath. Okay, make sure you trim your nails. Make sure you don't have flaky nail polish or a very brightly colored distracting nail polish. Make sure that you brush your teeth and use a mouthwash or eat a mint or a Listerine strip before you go to your interview. Make sure your hair is clean and neat, and then your body is clean as well. Okay, no dirty oil marks or anything like that. All right, and then arrive 15 minutes early. Make sure you look up directions before the day of the interview. If you will be taking the bus, make sure you know the routes you will need to take. I think that you should always prepare ahead of time. You should look at the routes to where you need to go ahead of time and prepare for alternative routes. You know, you don't know when they're going to have a construction. You don't know when there's going to be a traffic accident or things that would slow down your ability to get to where you need to be. So it's best to prepare ahead of time, okay? And also leave your house early, okay? Make sure you're there at least 15 minutes early if you want to. You can hang out in your car. You can practice a few lines outside, some deep breathing exercises, okay? Is usually very helpful before the interview, okay? All right. Next one here, virtual interviews. Most interviews are now virtual. Ta-da, big surprise, online because of COVID-19, okay? I actually had my interview for my job online, and it was a really good experience, actually, unique and interesting to this particular time in our lives, okay? So let's talk about it. COVID-19 has changed many things in our lives. One of those is how we interview for jobs. Many companies are now offering virtual interviews. This can be through Zoom, Microsoft Teams, or other online programs, whatever they decide to use. Be on time. Better yet, log in 5 minutes early to make sure you do not have any technical issues, okay? Wear a nice top that has a plain color or pattern. Busy patterns will be really distracting when all the interviewer can see is your top half. Keep it simple and clean for the best effect, okay? So don't wear a tie-dye shirt or something with crazy holographic patterns, okay? Keep it nice and simple, okay? Make sure your background is not too busy. Do not use filter backgrounds. If needed, you can hang a blanket or sheet on a wall behind where you will be sitting, okay? You know, if you have a very distracting background, like I said, your employer will constantly look in that direction rather than at you, okay? Lighting is key. Make sure you have a light source facing you so that your face is fully visible. I bought this little desk lamp from Amazon, and it was maybe $10 to $15. It has 3 light settings, and you can put it brighter or dimmer, however you'd like, and has been very, very helpful throughout my career and schooling. You know, my face is able to be well lit up during the meetings, okay? And then once you know what program they will use for the interview, find a friend to help you test your settings in that program before the day of the interview. This will allow you to make sure your technology works and that the lighting is good. Make sure you speak clearly and louder than your normal voice. Your speaking volume is another thing to try out during a practice run, so you can make sure the interviewer will be able to hear your answers. I think to conquer this, what you can do is with a friend or with a family member, you can have a separate device, maybe a phone or another laptop and you can Zoom meeting with them, or you can Microsoft Team meeting with them. And you can ask them, can you hear me well? Can you see me well? What about the lighting? What about the background? And this will help you make sure that you are fully prepared for the real thing, okay? Practice doesn't make perfect, but practice makes better. And also, I'd say that practice also makes you more comfortable, okay? So you will feel more prepared. All right. I think we are here at the end here. Questions? Obviously, I don't have anyone online with me, but if you have any questions, you can email our office at sequoia@scdd.ca.gov, so G-O-V. Or you can call us at 559-222-2496. And then don't forget, we have a community closet with free interview outfits. So you can just call to make an appointment if you would like to receive one or to see what we have in stock. And also, I wanted to give my email as well if you'd like to contact me directly. I work for Resources for Independence Central Valley, RICV. My position is a work readiness independent living specialist or a real specialist. And my email is sher@ricv.org. Okay. And if you have any questions, go ahead and email me or email the Sequoia office, okay? And I think that is the end of our presentation. Thank you guys so much for your time. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that you were able to take something away from this in order to feel more comfortable at interviews and in general, overall, as you prepare for your career endeavors. All right, best of luck to everyone, and thank you so much for attending this presentation. All right, have a blessed day. Bye-bye.